Well, okay, so we got to go to the Comedy Store the night before, and we saw Kevin Hart, Jeff Ross, and Tony run their jokes the night before in a small room. And my favorite joke going in that I can't wait to hear this one was Kevin Hart saying that Shane was one Bud Light away from calling him the N-word. It was just like, that was so funny at the store. I think it got a better response at the store than it did in the arena. And then at the store, Tony was almost like arguing with the audience back and forth. And it ended with him being like, all right, you guys fucking suck as an audience. I'm making no adjustments to this. I know it's right. And then he had the best set at the actual thing. So it's funny. He was right. I was like, damn. He
Welcome back to the Works Every Time podcast. I'm your host, Justin Essemacher, alongside me with Markus Olin, Phillip Garcia, and today we have a very special guest today. Everybody welcome Joke WRLD to the Works Every Time podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yes. No, you AKA Jake.
Yes.
Jake. But
it's like it's like saying it's like the version of like we have CNN on today.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or I won't call you CNN.
You call yourself Sports
I'm
Center.
unbiased.
MSNBC.
Yeah.
What's the guy who has all the terrible stock picks?
Kramer?
Yeah, but you're like good Kramer.
That's CNBC.
Well, first I need to apologize to my father for sitting here with a Michigan fan. And I'm sorry, I feel terrible for not wearing any Ohio State gear. I was trying to play it cool and not be argumentative, but I just want to say, I don't care. No one cares about basketball. Football's the only real sport. We're back on top, and your only championship you cheated for. It should be vacated. All right, let's start the podcast.
I like Joke WRLD, dude.
Right.
Let's go.
Stands on business.
Dude, I'm also like kind of a Michigan fan because I'm from there, but this is way cooler. There's actually like two real fans who don't like each other's teams.
You just made Markus red less than 2 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah, guys never do this to him.
Scarlet.
You don't like basketball.
Ooh, he struck a nerve.
No one likes basketball.
Boom.
No one likes basketball.
Let's hear it in the No.
No one?
No, that's not true.
I was like,
are you a Pistons fan?
I am a Pistons fan. That was brutal.
All right, so no, but we're playing tonight. I think
we
this
are
is
playing
take
tonight.
it all.
I almost wore Pistons stuff, but I was like, no, I can't. I have to stand on business as well.
The Cavaliers are.
Wow. Okay, there you go. See.
But we can't win on the road, so I didn't really want to make this the. I'm more confident with the Buckeyes.
Are you from Ohio or did you go to Ohio?
From Cleveland.
Okay, cool.
Which is in Ohio, Phil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we drive through?
I watched you answer it, and I watched him go like, I think that's it. It's like, all right.
There's a great. You ever heard of Secret Base?
No.
It's a sports commentator. He has an excellent YouTube channel. He used to work for, I think it was like Bleacher Report or something like that. But he does like crazy like tism breakdowns of things, and he did a great report on how Cleveland is the most cursed sports city of all time. Like even to like the point of like the river being like
catching on fire.
Yeah,
the river did catch on fire, but LeBron broke the curse.
I was gonna say Buffalo. I think is more cursed.
We actually have a championship.
Yeah,
you guys said that this fly is annoying.
I just got Mike pinced on the pod, dude.
You guys just said can't look past that. You guys just said there was a river that caught on fire.
Yeah, the river caught on fire. It was filled with trash. It caught on fire, but it's not a big deal.
And where is that at? Where was that?
It's not in Cleveland. It's actually
Cleveland Rocks. Cleveland Rocks. Did you see this? The water's on fire.
It's getting nicer now, though. We got the flats. We got Lake Erie. Cleveland's a great place.
What are the flats?
The flats is like a drinking. It's like
it's where it's flat land.
It's a bar
dude. It's
area.
flat.
Yeah,
I've been to Cleveland. Cleveland downtown, like where the Hilarities and like that whole little area. Very nice.
Hilarities,
Cleveland is great. Yeah.
Have you been to Detroit?
I've been to a Lions-Bengals. My dad's actually from Cincinnati, then went to Ohio State, and then moved to Cleveland. So I'm a Bengals fan, Cavs fan,
nice.
Ohio State fan. So we went to a Bengals game when I was like 6 in Detroit. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
Recommend.
But I hear great things.
Very great things. Great sports teams.
Not really, actually. We have not been great recently.
Wow, I'm so sorry. You take it very seriously.
Yeah.
You know what, Michigan? What the hell are you doing with your sports teams, man? Step it up. You got your coach over here texting women.
True.
What's the other coach? The other coach left to the NFL because what happened to him? What else did the
Not
other coach
suspicious
do?
at all, just to leave. Whatever.
Let's go.
talk comedy.
Come on, Jake. I don't want to talk comedy. I want to hear the truth.
No, let's talk Connor Stallions. Let's do it right
I'll talk
here.
Connor Stallions all the time. I don't give a shit. Hey, look, yes, okay. Some stuff happened.
Stop.
Stuff
There's a
happened.
Netflix documentary about it. A lot of stuff
but who
happened.
has Netflix?
What do you
know
think
what I mean?
about
If you're on Netflix, why are you watching
What
that?
do you think about the accusations that Ohio State funded the whole research of it all? And figuring it
No,
out?
that was just so.
No.
That was so weird. To be well, first of all, if they did, they should. That's justice. They're serving justice
Yes,
to,
that's
to
right.
the NCAA. They're a pure program that doesn't want cheating.
The NCAA needs the justice
Yes.
of all the things.
So they're
it's
like
the
being
NCAA.
superhero vigilantes,
Yeah.
if that is true. But I don't think it is. They just said Ryan Day's brother's a private investigator, end of evidence, and then just kept showing B-roll of the shoe. That was that pissed me off, that editing.
Bad journalism.
It's way more likely that Michigan State did that because they couldn't. Michigan State was the one that couldn't get over the hump. We had no problem with Michigan my whole life until they started cheating. Literally no problem.
I will say.
Literally
I
no
will say this,
problem.
though.
Unless it was interim head coach, which Fickle. That was the only time I remember
2011.
losing. I cried.
I cried too for other reasons. I cried on the opposite end of that. My pushback, right?
Yeah.
So we beat you 4 times. In the
one real time when Will Howard had the
so
concussion.
you only count that as the one real time.
Yes.
Why the year before doesn't count?
Because it was still. What do you mean? Wasn't Stallion still there?
Well, he got fired mid-season.
Oh, he couldn't just hand his binder over.
Well, my point is,
That's when it picked up, though, when they
why
let
would
him
you have
go,
not?
though, right?
You think Ohio State didn't change any of their signals when that whole story broke? You're saying
no.
2023.
That's the film
8 weeks
when
after.
That's the film when they're going pass.
No, that's 2022.
Okay. Fuck.
I'm saying 2023. I'm saying
I think it's crazy that they were like, look, we got rid of Stallions and our spirit. We're look at us go. I think that this Connor Stallion said, hey, here's what I'm doing. I'll just remove myself from this. And they kept doing the same thing.
My question is, though, why wouldn't have Ohio State changed their play calls, their signaling, if they knew it, if they knew the whole thing?
That is a good point. I will say I played D3 ball, and one time we played against a coach that was there the year before, and during the season we only had enough time to. He was coaching at another school. He was coaching at our school the year before. We only had enough time to change our basic whatever, but we were like, some of these he's just going to know. We're going to have to switch up the signaler all the time. So maybe that's it. Ohio State should be operating better than a D3 program.
I agree.
Yeah, because
I
they're
agree. Look at that. We agree on something.
Yeah, because they're D1 and they were D3, so that's better.
And look, we bought the college basketball national championship. I don't give a fuck. We
You
paid
bought
for
that?
Yes.
Well,
bought
I'm in
it.
no position to talk about spending
What?
for the roster, whatever. I just saw our $43 million roster come out, but I think that's the name of the game now. And fuck the SEC. We're taking over. We
Look
can
at
agree on that.
We're friends now.
Now we can talk comedy. We squashed the beef.
I figured you'd
Not
get
really.
it out.
Sorry.
It had to happen.
It
No,
did.
I guess
well,
it
if
had
he's
to happen.
yeah. I mean, it's an
I wore this
it's an elephant
last
in the
week.
room.
Not this jersey or this hat, but it
it looked the same, though.
It looked to you.
No, it all looks
Well,
the
it's a
same.
uniform.
Yeah, it's like the same.
It is
Yeah.
a uniform.
Thank you, Jake. So when he puts on a different uniform with a different number, but the same jersey.
You're talking about what comics wear on stage. I feel weird wearing jerseys on stage because of this. I don't want to alienate a group of fans. You know what I mean? Because if you go on stage with this and you're in the crowd with your dad, it's like, okay, there's 2 people who aren't going to like me.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
It's like
it's not
every
that.
time that's
It's
in
not
my
that
head.
they're not going to like you. You know what's going to happen is someone in the crowd's going to go, Michigan, gay, and you're going to go, what the? And then your whole set for an hour long would be, so actually your team sucks. My team's better. I like football. I like
And
basketball.
the thing is,
which has been this podcast so
well,
far.
yeah, but the other 50 people in the crowd wouldn't give a shit. Like, I'm sure all the viewers that we lost because of this. Oh, I'm sorry.
Guys, come on, this is good. This is what it's all about.
It
Thank
is.
you.
I
That's
like
what I
I
thought.
like hearing
Midwest
the
Ohio
truth.
hate or Midwest sports passion.
Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing when we went to the
crazy.
game this year, walking into the stadium, being like, these are all, and the same thing with hating like Pittsburgh fans. It's like, collectively, we are all the exact same people.
absolutely.
Like the rivalry should be like, we should hate like California or people that have like a completely different lifestyle or terrain or like, it's so funny that the rivalries are between people that are pretty much exactly the same. Like,
That is true.
I feel like that makes sense, but now also with spirits dead, people aren't going to be able to just hate people from other places for like the
That's true,
the
yeah.
simpletons aren't going to be able to know that they hate the people on the other side of the mountains
that's
anymore.
true.
Yeah.
because no one can afford. And then Frontier's running over people on the runway, so it's
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Oh,
some
yeah,
guy
I
got
saw that,
sucked into the propeller like in
I
The
could not
Incredibles.
believe
At
that,
Frontier?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the incredible,
Wow.
no capes. We told
Yeah,
him.
not even wearing a cape.
Edna.
Still
Did you
got
hear
sucked in.
Did you hear the call from the pilot though that hit him? It was so nonchalant. So you see this video of
Hey.
Spirit, and you see Spirit Airlines, right? You see the video, the camera, and all of a sudden you see poof, and something blows up, and then you hear, yeah, we somebody flew into the propeller. We ran them over. We got to still park the airplane, but
We got red mist all over
Yeah.
everything. We got to figure it out.
somebody was standing in the
imagine,
park, the runway, and we hit them with our plane.
You're You're sitting on that plane. You just bit into your sandwich that you brought through security, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, we just killed the guy.
Just splatter on your window.
I guess I'll finish my sandwich that I have taken a bite out of. I'm not gonna put it back. I'm gonna eat this sandwich now. But
that's the same as the call with the fire truck when they hit the fire truck. The air traffic controller was like, "Yeah, that one was on me."
Yeah, what the hell?
And the other guy was like, "Keep your head up, man."
Well, look,
I would imagine you just like emotionally shrivel up because you're like, this is a couple, what would you say, 9-figure fuck up real quick.
yeah,
Just like,
and 2 people are dead.
yeah, 2 people are dead, insurance policies and everything. Yeah, traveling's weird.
But I will say,
Airports, am I right?
Well,
what's the deal?
You guys think the government's the problem?
Airport.
Yeah, you guys think the government's the problem. Wait till I tell my wife I killed 2 people today and lost my job.
You said, to bring it back to comedy a little bit, you said you had gone to Dave Chappelle's summer camp.
Yes.
Okay, that's a pretty unique comedy event. What was that like, and what are a couple other unique comedy events, like maybe Bert Kreischer's whatever tour?
Oh yeah,
like
I saw Bert Kreischer Full Throttle at the Daytona 500 recently.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
That was really fun, but the Chappelle stuff is like the coolest shows I've ever been a part of as like an audience member, obviously. But we went to he has a club, and then he has like this outside pavilion in Yellow Springs, Ohio by Dayton.
Right, he like owns half the town.
Yeah, he's buying up like most of the town. He owns like the club's in an old firehouse. He just bought like a radio station at an old like schoolhouse. He owns like tons of different farm properties.
I saw that piece. He like kept it alive. They were going to
Yeah.
shut down because they lost public funding, and he was like, "Nah, I listened to that every day. I have forever." So,
yeah,
that's
literally.
cool.
Like he's funding like so much of the town, which is awesome. And it's just like the small farm town, just like it's just Yellow Springs. No one's really heard of it, but he grew up there because his dad was like a professor or something at the college over there.
where is it? In
By
Ohio?
Dayton, which is
Kind of like
That's
central.
north, then.
yeah, like an hour from Cincinnati.
Okay.
Like in between Cincy and Columbus, kind of. To the,
Oh,
to
okay.
The
So a little
west
further south then. Okay, I got you. Gotcha.
But yeah, so I have a buddy who's from there. So we get out there if we can get tickets and stay out there for free. It's really hard to get tickets. You got to get in like the queue, whatever. The first time we went to the club. And all we knew was that it was Bert Kreischer headlining. We didn't know anything else. And it was just like, if you go see Bert Kreischer and Friends at the Mothership, you don't expect to see Rogan on the lineup. You're just like, it's a show, whatever. So we didn't even know if Chappelle would be there, but we just wanted to go to the club.
Right.
And he had a bunch of great openers. Marshall Brandon.
He has shows every weekend too, or
No,
is
it's
this
it's just literally whenever he wants.
pop-up shows?
Yeah, it's like he lives in the town, and when he puts shows on tickets, they go up. It was the day of the eclipse, like 2 years ago, the first time we went.
Whoa.
And so the weekend before was Burr, and then Bert was doing a weekend, and then it was like their opening weekend. So we went, they didn't have a liquor license, which we didn't know before, so everyone in there was just drinking waters. It's like just folding chairs, 100 seats. The stage is like a foot off the ground, so it's very intimate. He's looking at everybody. It's so small. And it's just so sick. It's in this old firehouse. It's all brick. The lighting's so cool. He has like a DJ in the back. Cypher Sounds was there, just like getting everyone ready to go. It was awesome.
Just Cypher Sounds.
No liquor
just the number
license,
one
but
comedy
Cypher
DJ
Sounds
of all times.
And
Yeah.
then
have the DJ.
Yo, hold up that water. We're going to pour it up, y'all.
Hey, we have the best DJ, but it's BYOB or pregame hard.
and their security was even stricter than the motherships. Like it was like crazy. Everyone was wearing the full
Wow.
Chappelle green jumpsuits. Like the
security?
Yeah,
That's
it was like an
awesome.
episode of Squid Games. Like everyone's dressed like him, just like patting you down. It was insane. We saw a guy ahead of us. He had like an edible that he tried to take right before, like a gummy, and the guy grabbed his hand and was like, if you take that, I don't know what that is. I won't be able to let you in. And he threw it away, and we're like, oh my god, like they're even controlling what goes inside of people.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a little crazy.
Which I was like, that's crazy, but also like he had been like attacked at the
Sure,
Hollywood Bowl, I guess,
yeah.
whatever. And then inside there are guards on both sides of the stage. They had like these telescope things. It was like looking at the crowd the whole time.
I do declare there's comedy happening tonight.
And I said that in my like recap video, and someone emailed me and was like, those pick up for any like listening devices that have like audio waves going. So you can't even like have like a bug on you to like steal his material and leak it. So he's like
That's
got
huge.
like TMZ on lock, like a attacker.
Yeah.
It's all like whatever, which I kind of understand. It seems like overkill, but once you get in your seat, it's normal. Like it's fine.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Is like I don't think it's as overkill as some people make it seem. Like
Yeah.
even the mothership, they were doing phone bags there. I'm assuming the
Oh,
yonder
yeah.
bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I don't think it's that overkill. It's just if you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
like
it's something to make fun of.
Well, if you walk into a club and you're like, hey, give me your phone. It's like, wait, what? But if you're like, hey, I'm going to put your phone in this bag. You're going to hang on to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
but no worker at a club says that at all. They
Well, I'm
freak
saying
out.
if the customer reads the ticket, because it says it in the ticket.
Well,
It
then I'm
also
saying-
enhances the entire
yeah,
experience.
if you
It
understand
does.
it's for your benefit. Then,
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying right now that like, you know, obviously the younger generation's affected because of cell phones and like social cues and stuff like that outside of mental illness. And it's like you take that away, and especially at a place like that where an A-list comic might come in a little too drunk and say something. There's so much liability involved. It makes, I think like Louis C.K. had like a court case with his Governor Island special that leaked, right?
Wait,
Well,
what?
he was just one of his first sets back. Someone snuck record him talking about Sandy Hook before his joke was like fully. It was like his first time trying it, and then like it leaked like just like headlines. Obviously, like Louis C.K. says whatever about Sandy Hook, whatever.
Jeez.
And it was like the first news since he was like canceled. So it was just a brutal time to get like your jokes leaked.
Right.
From like a phone recording. So that protects the comedians. Also just people like leaking the set just in general, learning the material. And then, you know, it's like a magic trick. You want to like hold on to it to sell tickets. And then also just being engaged with the show. Is a
that's the
huge
big
part,
one,
too.
I think.
And like even before the show, like usually you get sat like at least 30 minutes before it actually starts, and you're forced to like talk to the person you came with and like order your drinks instead of just like going on your phone. It's actually
So many
nice
people at the club, dude. These white ladies come in, they go, you'd ask, how you doing? Well, I would be good if I could tell you the time, but they put my phone in a bag.
Oh yeah.
And you're like,
there's
I
a
know
lot of
they
people
did.
like
And it's
that,
like, and it's just like, dude, you came with like 8 people. You guys can't have fun.
Yeah, literally.
And every show I've seen in the club where they will allow phones, there are people that just get so bored, which I get. Some comics aren't doing well. They pull out their phone, the bright light comes on, or they're texting the whole time and checking things, and they're not watching the show. And then it starts other people doing it, and it causes like a cancer in the room.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun to mess with the people who want to check their phone. Like I actually, your babysitter just called the club. She said she drowned both the kids in the bathtub. You don't even need to check your phone.
Yeah.
There's no
Go
saving them. They're gone.
Yeah.
They're cold by now. You might as well just enjoy the show.
I would not do that.
Yeah.
I would
The
not.
only positive to phones is that it's like marketing. Like you can take a picture of the person and then they like repost it on their story, and it's like, well, you know, good
Yeah,
for the
that's
club,
it,
good for that.
but-
But that's literally the only.
Yeah,
But
so
it's-
much of marketing's on the production side now. It's like we're talking, you know, since saved in terms of widespread. How do you think? What have you seen changing comedy since you've started kind of covering it or being really involved in the last? What did you say? 5 years now? You said.
Yeah, I would say that's a good question. What have I seen change? I think podcasts are a lot more corporate now, or like almost like many TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like 9 brands set up out here right now. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we only are sponsored by TEJAS Tonic, all right? The rest of these can suck it. Use promo code WETPOD for 50%.
like I feel like even it just might be because everyone's doing like arenas now too. Like comedy's gotten so big that everything's
right.
like,
Yeah.
it's almost hard to say. Like I feel like when I started, it was very much like this is not the mainstream. These podcasts, these shows, whatever. But now it's like not even in a bad way. Just it is what it is. It's hard to say like this past weekend or JRE. This stuff isn't like it's number 1 and 2 shows on Spotify like that,
Right.
and no one watches cable news.
Yeah.
that is mainstream now. So I think that's different.
And then recently, speaking of that, I was talking about the podcast, and when like Rogan started, 15, 20 years ago or whatever, and then like 5 years ago, there was a big wave like right during COVID and after COVID, and I thought that was the boom.
Yeah.
Would you say the boom's happening now? I feel like it's a boom happening now.
I think it's the same boom, continued boom. Like I think COVID made everyone exposed to a lot more comedians and get online a lot more.
Yeah.
And then now everything has been like siloed into like content online. Like every niche has like so much going on. But I think comedies has continued to grow. Like the arena, the fact that the roast has been like
Yeah, I
so
saw that.
popular. Like I think people are pumped up about it, and people are like, "This is comedy's back." Did you see these edgy jokes, this, that, whatever? But I think the Brady roast was just as harsh 2 years ago, and they had that same dialogue then. But the fact that they're every 2 years, I think, just keeps reminding people like
It does
dude, comedy is
yeah.
like you can't say comedy's not back anymore. You know what I mean?
I
And
think-
there's like
No,
funny
yeah.
buddy movies like Theo Von's movie or like Mark and Sam are writing a movie. Like
Yeah.
Did you see Busboys?
I have not seen it yet.
We saw it.
I went. Yeah, we went and saw it.
How was
yeah.
it?
It was good.
I thought it was funny, man. There was points. It was a straight comedy movie. It was like old school, kind of like classic, like Happy Medicine vibe, like a Happy
Yeah.
Gilmore
It
film.
did not take its. It was
but-
extremely goofy. There was
That's
not a
awesome.
moment of it that took itself seriously,
Yeah.
and I think it was good.
I laughed a lot.
That's great. Yeah.
And it was cool seeing like our friends in it, and you're like, it was neat. And then it was just also cool. It was seeing like, okay, cool. They might be bringing comedy movies back. This might give it an edge. Because I thought Burt Kreischer's movie, The Machine, was going to be the take back, but nothing really came after that. Shows were still coming out, but I think Busboys can be a new hope for comedians.
A new hope.
Yeah,
it showed,
to be honest,
it's already a movie.
It did show it was accomplishable. You know, like they're like, you know, everything now is a multi-million-dollar Hollywood production. I don't know how much Spade spent doing it, but it looked good. It took place in like a small desert town at a restaurant. So like that's I'd imagine that's lower on the affordability side of Hollywood.
Right.
Set
I think so much
But he accomplished so much with it.
Yeah.
And then they had a pretty sizable cast, a lot of really cool names. And I think it was good. It was like a reminder. It's like, hey, go make the thing.
Yeah,
Go
and I think
do
the
it.
box office was decent.
it was. It
That's
was in the
really
top
good. Yeah, I
5,
like to hear
top
that.
10 at least, I think.
And then
I saw.
Nate Bargatze's, it's not like a edgy movie by any means, but he's making his own movie, which is like a classic, like, it's kind of the same thing. Like, it's like
a family comedy thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's cool.
Well, I think you can make so much good stuff on your phone. Like the content you see on your Instagram is so high quality already. It's like, I don't think it's that expensive to make a movie, like a comedy movie with not special effects and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like you can probably
Yeah.
make that pretty cheaply.
I do
Especially
feel,
when your network is as good as that movie's network was. You know,
well,
you're
for sure.
seeing-
Yeah. If you get
Honestly,
a couple stars, you can make it really good.
We went to go see, Casey, William, and Cam do their cameo, and it was great. I was like, it was maybe what?
it was like maybe a minute.
But I was like, that was crazy. I was like, oh my God. I've had
And it
beers
felt-
with a couple of
Yeah.
people in this freaking movie.
Yeah.
It's like a weird.
It's such a
I'm eating
wild.
popcorn at a movie theater. I'm watching my friends do it. It's kind of weird.
That's pretty sick.
It was-
It's a cool feeling.
yeah.
Yeah.
It almost felt like it didn't feel real. It just felt like normal. It was like, which is crazy because it was like normal life now. It's like watching your friends on the big screen. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and
I'm eating
SNL,
popcorn,
yeah.
laughing, and like bought a ticket for a random theater. And
We went on a Tuesday. Sorry, Spade. we paid $6 for the movie.
hey, but we went.
on a Tuesday
We went.
for the
I
movie.
laughed.
You bought tickets.
I
You
laughed.
both bought tickets,
Yeah.
right?
We
You
even
all bought
posted.
tickets.
We
No
even
one's
posted a
not
story about it. It's like we were Busboys.
That's all it takes. You
Busboys,
post a story
Busboys,
and you bought a
Busboys.
ticket.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think the big thing that's changed in comedy since 5 years ago is we're talking about rivalries local. I think the New York, Austin, LA hate rivalry thing that may have fizzled a little bit. I think that's a little bit new though.
I think that was, well, the rivalries, it's always been like LA, New York. Like, that
Sure.
wasn't new. I think, obviously, I have nothing to do with this, but as an outside observer, I think it was just politics and then disguising it as comedy hate, which was kind of annoying to me because it's like you just like got mad about politics and now you're going like, and they're not funny, and you're just like, say what you actually mean, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, just say what you mean. You don't like that Rogan interviewed Trump, and then so now you're just gonna shit on Austin. Just say like it just seemed phony.
The
to me.
roast showed
That's the
that.
best take I've heard on it
Yeah.
because it is just like that's how simple it was. They just didn't like the politics, and then they made it about everything
Yeah.
other than the politics.
Yeah.
I mean, the Kevin Hart roast did show a lot of political stances where each comedian stood.
It
and
was wild, dude.
It was wild. The things that they said, I mean, I get it. They were jokes, but you're like, this is pretty honest shit that they're saying to each other, and you could feel the hate. It's like-
Yeah.
and like, no, man, it's funny. And you're like, no, this person genuinely hates that
There were a
person.
few that was like, because I was there live.
It was
and
Chelsea
like-
Handler.
Chelsea Handler
Oh,
does
you were
not
there.
like some of those people.
Yeah,
you can
Chelsea and
tell.
Tony seemed like an actual
Yes.
argument
Yeah.
where it was like. But
That
I
was-
thought Tony had such a good set. Like he
did.
had like triple the amount of jokes that like
Exactly.
everyone else wrote.
Yeah.
Like that was so good, and they were
Rapid
also funny.
fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that did feel like they actually were like like talking shit.
Shane gave him kudos at the end. He said a lot of people wanted him to do like not have a
Yeah.
good time, and I think he crushed it.
But I think the only weird thing about that was like, because Tony got to respond, she went first. And I think what was weird about it is that she kind of took a shot at people that were involved with Trump at all. And then also like the joke made it about the Riyadh Comedy
Yeah.
Festival. But
Yeah.
no one did that. The
Except
only
for
person that
Pete.
did that was Schultz, who wasn't there, who had.
Kevin Hart and Pete Davidson.
Yeah, but they didn't do anything with Trump. So it
Yes.
was like the joke didn't really make sense. And then,
Yeah.
and then they showed Tony on the screen. And then he was like, what are you talking about?
But they kept calling him a cross burner as
Yeah,
well.
there was, like,
The
4
third
jokes
time,
about that.
Then it cuts him. What is
Yeah.
happening? I think he literally
Yeah.
mouthed, "What is happening?" Yeah.
Which I guess that's just a shtick
Yeah.
of like he's Republican, which
Yes.
obviously
Yeah.
means he's racist.
Yeah.
But obviously,
Well,
if you look
and-
at his like history, he's not
Yeah,
racist.
and I think
So it-
history is the main word because the
Yeah.
people who burned the crosses were Democrats. Like if you actually
Is that for real?
I love the towing the line. That's very Friars Club energy. That's the old Vegas roast. Like,
It was.
Glass of whiskey in one hand. I'm tearing this person to shreds. The whole
I
world's gonna
loved it.
watch.
I thought it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I just
I
thought
think
that
it's
that
that it was
energy.
great.
And I thought Chelsea had a great set too. I just thought that joke didn't actually make that much sense, which is why maybe things got actually contentious. Or maybe they, I mean, we're just all, maybe they were cool at the after party and was like, that
you
was
have your,
awesome. We're going to get clipped so much. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite joke from the Kevin Hart roast?
Well, okay, so we got to go to the Comedy Store the night before, and we saw Kevin Hart, Jeff Ross, and Tony run their jokes the night before in a small room. And my favorite joke going in that I'm like, I can't wait to hear this one, was Kevin Hart saying that Shane was one Bud Light away from calling him the N-word. It was just like, that was so funny at the store. I think it got a better response at the store than it did in the arena. And then at the store, Tony was almost like arguing with the audience back and forth. And it ended with him being like, all right, you guys fucking suck as an audience. I'm making no adjustments to this. I know it's right. And then he had the best set at the actual thing. So it's
That's
like,
funny.
he was right. I was like, damn, he nailed that.
And I completely saw that because you could see, so you know the debate between all of the LA, New York, and Austin comics, right? All of the Austin comics that went up, they had these really harsh jokes to start off. I mean, Shane Gillis started it up, right?
Yeah.
And you could tell it was an LA audience. I performed in LA, and the LA crowds are so much different. They're so much tighter, and there's so much fake people because they can't really show what they find funny because they're like, if I laugh at this joke, this person might not be my friend again.
Yeah.
And you could tell, and Shane's like, well, what the fuck's going on? Because I'm like, I was at home laughing. And then he finally said the one joke, I forget what it was, but he's like, that was for the upper deck.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah. And he was like, and then
I
and
check
then the
all my
roast
friends-
started. And they
check
were like,
all
yes.
your friends' stories, and you're like, oh, all my friends are on the upper deck right now.
Yeah.
So all the boys and gals that are like that I know that know it's funny are up there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's who that was for. I get
Well, I
it.
think
Yeah.
the other
Dude,
thing
we
is
had our
like,
back against the actual wall.
Oh, you were
And then-
that
so you
far
were the
back?
upper deck.
And then we had
Goddamn.
to go down. We like snuck down a few rows because it was also like not even close to sold out. So I don't even know like the sound in there. It was not sold out, probably because they advertised that it's live.
Also a
around the
massive
world.
festival.
Yeah.
They're literally their phrase for the week was a festival so big you might be on it.
Yeah.
Which was funny because I even got on it as a guest spot. So I'm like looking at all these boxes. I'm like, this is applicable to me.
That is the most
This
a
is so
festival
big,
so big you might be on it. Is the most LA shit I've ever
that's
fucking heard.
hilarious.
You can
Yeah.
help too. It's like, yeah, you want help. That's what you want.
Hey, man, check their bag, man. You doing, you standing over there, do something.
It was still a good experience though, all the way in the top like that.
Oh yeah, it was almost like going to being in the nosebleeds for a sporting event where you're like, I'm here. I need to remember to look down there because that's live because you just keep looking at the screen.
Yeah.
But it was still just like, all right, imagine watching live on Netflix, but you're watching a big screen and you have laughter. Like it was still very sick.
It was the because I was watching it at home and it felt like, I mean, it was a long roast, like 3.5 hours. Did it feel like it was ever like slowing down at points? Did
Not
people
at
feel like
all.
they were dipping?
Maybe in the room it definitely did, but for
That's
me,
what I
I
was
locked.
That's what I was saying. You could, because on camera you could like.
I think
you
Shane
could see
said
points.
it once. He, like before Tony, I think after Tony even, or the first person to actually like destroy.
I think they
besides
could've-
Brady,
yeah.
I thought Brady did really good, and then it kind of lulled
Yeah.
a little bit, and then I think he was like, all right, it was feeling. I think he was like, it was feeling like it wasn't even going to be close to as good as Brady roast. Now it feels pretty good in here.
Yeah.
He did the thing where he was just calling out exactly how the room felt
He
all the
did.
time, which is good stand up.
And that's what I was feeling too through the TV.
Yeah.
But the funny, like seeing that, it's like I think they could have cut a few acts out of it, like, and kept it going, like just bang, bang, bang. You know,
Yeah.
because
The,
all the comedians, like the sets were all like all the comedians did very well. I thought all the jokes were great. It was just when Lizzo came on, I was like, like that was boring.
was a lot of
It was
extra-
another
That
one.
Cracked me up though. With
There was a lot of
I
slight
think
stuff.
funny. It was
Lizzo
funny.
honestly impressed me as I assumed that I would hate Lizzo.
Yeah, I didn't like
And
it.
then she came out with all the midgets, which was like, that's hilarious. Because
Yeah.
you're like a real Hollywood person that this could be like maybe a bad look for or whatever, and you're
Yeah.
already like about it. That I thought that was funny. And then
She crushed.
the way that she like obviously she had good writers, but what
Yeah,
we'll
but she
give her credit for
delivered
going
it,
there.
right?
Yeah, and agreeing to be on a roast, especially at the dais, like out there the whole time, is like she knows that she's gonna get destroyed. And
Right.
like she laughed at every joke.
She's
Like
got
I
a
was like,
punchline for
oh,
half
she's
a
actually really
decade.
cool.
Yeah. It was cool. I know Tony's written so many jokes about Lizzo. It was fun seeing them have to sit next
Yeah,
to each other on the couch. I'm like, I wonder what Tony's thinking about right now.
But she seems so cool with it. Like they killed her. and she was like laughing at every single one.
Especially Cheryl Underwood got the brunt of all of that.
And then when she got up there, she let it fly.
She did.
Yeah. She had maybe the like one of the peak like crowd like.
They did standing ovation for her. I think at the end.
They did.
Right?
She thanked free speech too, which was cool because she was like, I know, like a lot of the heavy hitters were pointed towards her and her late husband.
Yeah.
And it was cool of her to be like, nah, this is free speech. Like, this is what this looks like.
Yeah.
Y'all are welcome.
Well,
like,
I didn't know she's a Republican. I don't know her that well.
I don't know her that well either. And
So,
Shane was
like,
like, she's a Christian comedian, so this is probably gonna be boring. And then it was like so dirty. I was like, oh my
Really?
God.
Yeah.
No, she turned it on.
I don't think she's a Christian comedian. She's a Christian and a comedian.
Yeah,
think
I was
more
expecting
so.
like a Nate Bargatze sound
Sure,
when he
sure,
said
yeah,
that. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay.
I like that she put the stank on it.
Yeah.
She came out and because every joke was just such a heavy hitting joke about her husband. It was just like every joke was about her husband, and I would have done what she did too. I probably would have been more mean.
Yeah. Well,
I'm surprised she kept her
But
composure.
it didn't sound hateful. It sounded like she's just a great comedian.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
and she gets it. She wants to laugh. I thought Draymond seemed so nervous and like he got booed every time they brought him up.
Yes.
Which is so funny how like deep sports goes because it's like he has nothing to do with anything, but just because everyone hates his team in LA or
5 hours away.
Yeah.
He'd been getting like standing ovations.
Yeah, it's
but-
nothing to do with basketball. Every time they brought him up, boo from everyone. So it was hard. He was already against the 8 ball. Then I think he landed it with the Chelsea Handler joke at the end. I don't hit threes.
Yeah, that was really good.
Then
That
he
was
won
really
everyone
funny.
back with that.
What was
My
his
problem,
joke about
he goes something like, Chelsea Handler's fucked a lot of black guys, but don't worry, I'm not going to because I'm Draymond Green. I don't hit threes. Which is funny. I laughed because I'm like, he's developed that in his game. He started to shoot.
Yeah, he does
Like,
shoot
I
some
went
open
full
threes.
autistic sports, and I'm like,
You know what
"Ah,
I
you shoot some
thought?
threes
I was
now,"
like,
but-
someone had a joke about they didn't get Eddie Murphy here, but they got the donkey from Shrek.
Yes.
About
Yeah,
Cheryl
about
Underwood.
yeah.
I thought that should have been about Draymond because that's already a meme I see all the time about.
I haven't
how,
seen that meme, but that's
yeah.
funny.
Oh, I can picture him
Or
being the
even-
donkey.
or
Yeah,
even
his
what's his
face that when he
name?
does. He does look like that.
Even what's his name in the Delirious outfit? They could have tied it
Jeff
there.
Ross?
Jeff Ross.
Yeah.
in the
That was
Delirious
good
outfit.
too.
What
yeah.
is what is your process like as a comedy journalist attending an event like that? Are you keeping notes? And then what is like if it's proprietary information, don't worry. But like how quick is the turnaround? Like because your videos are so well structured.
Thank you.
And I genuinely enjoy watching them. And then like the crash at the end of like the podcast updates is fucking phenomenal. Yeah,
That is great.
It's just like I'm like I can't believe. I don't know how many people you have working with you, but I'm like, this is insane work to cover essentially a cornerstone of culture, right?
Appreciate
What does that look like going to like the pinnacle event of the major festival that year, and then like bringing that home to write about it or present it?
So right now I have me and then 2 full-time employees, a full-time editor, and then a guy he lives in San Francisco.
I thought you were gonna say like the Philippines or something like that. So you're outsourcing the hell out of it. Sorry.
Joke World.
He helps like scout the podcast, like find clips, do all the graphics, stuff like that. So we
Nice.
basically have 2 people that watch everything. But this one, I went out there, and I thought that like how could we level this up from just watching it live, like I did for the Brady roast. I guess being there, just trying to collect more of like how things felt, like we talked about today in the room. And then also like getting to see the sets practice before at the store, I felt like was a really cool thing that we're gonna like include in the video. So we shot the day after. We recorded just a quick like talking head moment outside the store, which is cool. Just being like, we saw these people here the night before. Then we'll talk about that a little bit. And then just recording B-roll from inside the event that like won't be flagged by Netflix. So like I record Cat Williams' whole intro, so then we could use like that version instead of Netflix's version. So it doesn't
On
get
your
copyright
phone.
claimed. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
From the 300s. Yeah. So actually
5
maybe we'll
times
just
Zoom.
yeah. But yeah, just getting like B-roll stuff like that, just feeling out the vibe, trying to pick up any notes that I can, and then I'm still writing the script today. I'll try to export that to the editor tonight, and then because like the preview we wanted to get out like that Friday to hit that momentum, but this one we kind of want to wait to see. Like you don't want to be too like I know the content's going viral right now, the clips and stuff about it, but if we go too early, then we could miss maybe a argument or a falling out, or someone gets in trouble, or someone apologizes. Or we're also trying to get like the stats from Netflix, like did it beat the Brady roast, like stuff interesting, like view counts, like that aren't out yet. But then we don't want to be too late on it, and then it's like not as
You have to
relevant.
approach this like in a third dimension. It's crazy.
Yeah, I guess
mindset.
so.
Yeah.
But also just as fast as we can, but
absolutely.
like slow. Yeah,
We've had that on the podcast where like we record an episode, there's something that's topical or just happened in the news. Like with the Asan episode, we talked about so much shit, and then we dropped the episode, and then 3 days before we dropped it, we bombed Iran. So that kind of changed.
You guys did?
Yeah, the wet
personally.
podcast, and then when Trump saw we did it, he's like, we should do that too.
Sorry.
Sorry.
your idea.
It was our agency put us up to it, but we had no real say so in the matter.
But we are Riyadh 2027. So
What does it look like on a comedy slow week? Because obviously Netflix as a joke is huge, is big. But, I mean, summer's upon us. That's like notoriously slow.
Yeah.
Other than like Full Throttle, I guess that picks up slack.
Yeah.
But what does it look like when there's like a month of comedy news drought for you?
We could go into like maybe some documentary stuff about like old stories, maybe some like the concept is like Sports Center, so it's like ESPN. It's
Right.
like they have their commentators that are like debating this, that, whatever, giving you updates on injuries, all that, and then they also just have the top 10, the highlights. So we could fill in some dead space with some best of whoever on this podcast, you know, just some compilation.
I think you remember in the summer when sports would get slow and Sports Center would do like those Make-A-Wish?
Yeah.
And it would take like 30 minutes of Sports Center and be like just a Make-A-Wish kid who wanted to go to a Rockies game. You remember that shit?
No.
Dude, this is like 2006. Sports Center had a whole Make-A-Wish summer, man. And I was like, God, just show fucking
Yeah.
sports. I don't want to watch this
Show the
dying
home
kid.
runs.
That's when we really-
Yeah, exactly, dude.
That's what they would do. I remember like being up at like midnight at a sleepover.
Yeah.
And you're like stealing your mom's Malibu. You're like buzzing for the
Wait,
first
how
time.
old did you say you
I was
were?
like
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
I thought you said 12. I thought you said
heard
12.
8 or something.
Did you say 12?
You're
I was
watching
picturing an
dingers.
8-year-old.
You're just watching like top 100 dingers from the 80s.
Yeah.
When Sports Center would restart, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
great.
There was something nice
You
about
watch
that.
the thing go back up to the top.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, shit.
And you're like, wait, is
Yeah,
this a
dude.
new one? And then it's like, no.
Let me ask, do you ever get bored with comedy?
Good question.
I don't think I get bored with it, but I get like bored with like captioning a short for sure. Like
Okay,
the process,
yeah.
yeah.
that's everybody.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite. I love making content, and then I'll get the thing done, and then I'm like, oh, no, I have 2 minutes of captions to edit.
It is the
And,
worst part. Changing
yeah.
the colors for
Changing
each.
the colors, changing a word,
Yeah.
changing a name like Markus that is spelt with a C by AI. And
Yeah.
You need to put a K in because he's German or something.
Yeah.
Fucking
Captions
gay.
are by far
I
the
appreciate
worst.
it, dude.
No, and you know what's funny?
I do.
Every time I've ever missed a K, he has immediately texted me. He'll see the video. He won't even say that's good. He goes, "Hey,
I'll
my
say it's
name's
good.
spelled wrong.
I'll say it's
Name's
good.
spelled
I
wrong.
like the video.
Look at your name." And you're like,
No,
"All
I
right, dude."
say I think it looks good. You just missed my name.
Yeah.
Just tell him that it's comment bait. He's just trying to get people to correct you. And
Okay,
that's
I'll
what I
just
do
think
when I
straight.
make a mistake. I go, oh, it's just to
I
get
think
people
about
to
that every
correct you.
time I do that too.
It's not a bug, it's
And
a
then-
feature.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, well, sometimes I'll have a mistake, and my producer will be like, Mustard will be like, "Yo, did you misspell that?" And I'll be like, "No, I did that on purpose. You know, I want to do that, but I bait myself when I edit it now. I bait myself. I'm like, that's wrong, and I
Is that
gotta
what you're
check
doing when
it.
you're editing? You're baiting?
No, I wish I was.
You're
I'd
the
be
master
enjoying
of it.
myself then instead
Is
of
that
looking
why-
at your
is that why it's
face.
taking you 3 hours to do the clip? You're gooning on it.
Goon clipping.
The Control Z's stuck in place.
No, you
Yeah,
wanna-
I'm
you
sorry.
wanna-
I know
you
Justin
wanna
gets
know-
uncomfortable talking about masturbation.
No, you know what? I know why it takes me forever is because usually one of you two are talking over the guest or something, and I have to
So
edit
you've
out, this,
never
and he's
been-
laughing.
You've
See?
never been at a live show once and been like, "What am I doing?"
No, that's not true.
really, ever.
Oh no, there's definitely
Okay,
live
you
shows
have
where I'm
been.
like, but it's usually someone. It's like a 15-person lineup. It's someone I've never heard of, and I'm like, this is so boring.
And you're gearing
Thank
up
you.
for a festival,
Yeah.
so you're like actively curating. Like, what does that feel like? Do you feel like you're building a dream lineup for yourself a little bit?
Yeah, it started off with people that were like early interviews, like kind of like helped almost like build the channel. Obviously, a lot
Right.
of the channel was built off of like Kill Tony, Matt and Shane Rogan clips. We're not plugging them, but like the
Yeah, now
like
they're now saying Joke WRLD clip it on Matt and Shane,
which is pretty sick. Like, so,
Oh, really? That's fucking cool.
There's a Joke WRLD will get it. They'll
a
like
good
say it
slogan.
in the
Yeah.
middle of it. Yeah.
Yo, that's sick.
But yeah, so the people like early interview people like Mike Cannon was one of like our first interviews, like so like that the people that we've interviewed at Skankfest over the years, like that like New York crew, people in Austin that are like part of like the best of the month, or like the kind of like people that are in our videos a lot. We start off there. I originally wanted it to be like a 40-person, just quick mini lineup to celebrate 5 years back in St. Pete, where I lived for 3 years, where they had a Sunshine Festival when I lived there. So we're kind of like
Right.
taking over that vibe a little bit. But I've learned so much since we started this. Like, I felt like some people would be like, oh, this like YouTube channel's trying to make a festival. I don't know about this. Like, let's start off with like the base lineup, then try to reach out to some of like the bigger names to prove that it's real. But everyone said yes to start, so we were planning on having 40. We have 70.
Yeah.
So at this point, we're just trying to break even. At this, like we did all the math kind of wrong. So like we're just trying to like, hey, whatever happens this time, it's just gonna be a fun event. We're just trying to throw like a great weekend of comedy, trying to figure it all out. We just jumped in the water. Now we're like, all right, we have 3 months to just figure this shit out. Not that saying that's going to be bad. It's going to be great.
So
I think it's going to be, I mean, Joke WRLD to me, like, I don't know, from the inside out, it's like it's synonymous almost with the comedy world now.
That means a lot.
I see it not taking a place, but building on to like, Skankfest is a comedy-driven comedy fest. And it's like,
I was going to say, have you
easily
ever
see
like
this.
produced a comedy show though?
So, no.
Okay.
Except for this.
Well, that's what I
one.
was going to say. Breaking even would be incredible.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Or even like a small,
I mean-
whatever happens, we can always make more videos after this. I think that this is going to be awesome to establish ourselves in the space. We're not like worried too much about the money. I was just saying like I've learned so much.
Yeah.
We're trying to just do like a 2-day 40-person thing, and now it's like this seems like kind of like a big festival.
Hell yeah.
But I'm happy about it, prepared for it, and it's gonna be fun. Also, we made a code for your listeners, Wet Pod. We'll get you a discount if you want to
hell
come
yeah.
out.
Thank you for
to
doing
the
that
festival.
for
Hope
me.
to see you guys.
What does it
there.
get you?
I think 5% off.
You get
maybe
5% off your tickets if you
That's
use
amazing,
Wi-Fi. Look
yeah.
at that.
A lot of comedians.
Wow.
A lot of,
You
I think
have-
we had like
yeah.
30 Austin comics also,
Nice.
which is like
It'll be the best lineup in the country that given weekend for sure. Yeah.
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Heard it here
a
first.
great lineup, man. It's like some of the best comedians, and if not all the best comedians in the world. It's just like it's the top people.
There's
Well,
a
it
beach.
seems
There's
like-
a beach nearby.
There's a beach very nearby.
bay. You
got what?
Because
What
like
else?
at the Sunshine Festival, all the comedians said they really liked it. They had a great time. It's like a very fun city. But there was just kind of like there was venues that were like 45 or 50 minutes away from each other. Like they just they didn't want to do it again for whatever reason. And I lived there at the time, so I was there, and I was like, this could be better if it was just like more condensed, like almost like Moon Tower, where like you can walk to most of the shows. Obviously, Skankfest is all in one building, but we're gonna have Coastal Creative, which is 2 rooms, and then some like other ones down the street, like a brewery, local bar, coffee shop. So it's just gonna take over like a little area of St. Pete. When the comedy's not going on, it's a really fun downtown to drink at, young scene, kind of like Austin, and then beaches everywhere. So yeah, I'm pumped. I'm happy to do it where like kind of the channel technically started in Cleveland, but I think I moved to St. Pete for my day job at the time when we were at like 8,000 subs. So the Tampa Bay area is definitely very important to the Joke WRLD channel. This is not an interesting rant. I just
No, it
realized.
is.
I've
No,
been talking for a long
I
time.
wanted to
People
know
who are
this.
deep into the episode want to hear
Okay,
this.
all right.
Comedy
cool.
fans love anything that has to do with comedy and why and how it's happening. So I think it's all.
And every now and
intelligent
then
to me.
they like to hear something that's a succinct story and not a one-liner about the dick.
All right, well then, that's so we're going back to like where the channel kind of started, where the Sunshine Festival originally was, and I say like I would like to do more of these. This is like a 5-year celebration kind of thing, and I would like to do one like more, maybe every 2 years like Netflix, or every 4 years like the Olympics, or every year, or I don't know, whatever. Maybe smaller like pop-ups in different cities. It's not like a 70
Every
person
4
lineup.
years, it's the Joke WRLD Cup.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Make it competitive somehow too. We're trying to think of ways to like make it like our channel, where like sometimes we do like the March Madness bracket or the awards and stuff. Like maybe we should do a vote for like MVP of the fest, some like fan interactive thing like that.
Yeah, some kind of interactive app or something. Where you score a show.
Yeah.
You have
That would be
And then get
cool.
comics like doing extra shit to like try to win
Yeah.
it. Like eventually,
Medal counts for cities like Austin has this
You
many
have
medal.
Oh,
a group
yeah,
of
that would be
dickheads trying to
sick.
go for the lowest score for the weekend. Like,
Yeah.
hey, when you leave here, write the most horrendous shit for us. We're trying to secure that bottom place.
Yeah, and it's not,
Yeah,
it's
they're
not about
tanking.
winning. It's about the fun of the festival. You know what I mean?
So there's one
But
ways
also
we
about
want to make
winning.
it like custom and creative to like our thing. But like I say that we don't know if we'll do another one too, because already since it started, I feel like I've been so much less productive on the content side, and I don't want to like cheap the people who trust us with their comedy news to be like, oh, now you're doing this one thing for just these 70 comics, and you're not, giving us the same amount of like, now we're out of the loop. I don't want that to happen. So maybe it's like hiring someone full time, just be like, run the Joke WRLD Festival. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. Or vice versa, maybe,
Run the
whatever.
festival so I can cover it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That'd be crazy. But yeah.
I don't know. So I don't want to, take like not be as productive on the content side, obviously.
Yeah,
but it's like also out of the comfort zone, taking a next step. Like I can't just keep making shorts.
I mean, but the fact that you care that much about your audience, that you're like, God, I don't even want to make them miss anything. Like most people in any business don't care that much. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm like,
Yeah, we do.
even if they do, I'm saying most people in most businesses don't.
Yeah.
We care.
Yeah.
He cares.
Yeah.
Most other people don't.
Yeah.
Marcus with the K cares.
Marcus with a K cares.
The K is for cares.
You cares.
Sorry. I think what separates you from the other channels that talk about comedy is A, you're positive, and B, you talk to comedians. You know what I mean? Like all these other channels, they just sit there.
We've gotten
they
a couple of hate pods about our.
like they're too lazy to try. Not they
Mind if
didn't
I
do
open
this,
this beer? Is that one?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
whatever you
completely
want, man. Please.
There's also this
No free ads.
Taiwan beer we should try.
Oh yeah, they said that's ass.
Oh,
They did say it was
classic.
ass.
But yeah, I think we're doing completely different things pretty much. Like this is like a business. I'm not trying to go by Joke WRLD like it's my YouTube. Like this is the LLC. We got 3 employees. We're trying to do Sports Center for comedy. We want it to be as big as Real Sports Center if it can be, or Barstool or Friday Beers and these other things. Like a media company. So it's not in my best interest to make like a fan fiction video about like, did Bert look at Tom weird? Like
For 45 minutes of the same clips recycled.
They're falling apart, man.
But like we're trying to
Just look at
Thank you for not doing that.
I think that sometimes their videos are more interesting than ours, but we're just trying to like literally say this is what this new special is coming out. This is what happened. Like Sports Center does. Like they're probably covering it for more of a Barstool angle of like it's not necessarily true, but it's very entertaining, and we're trying to be true. So
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it.
Muckraking.
Yeah, I
Like
like
yellow
being
journalism
honest.
for
Yeah.
comedy.
But they also kind of help me out in a weird way. Like I have nothing against those channels. One, anyone could this come into the YouTube game. I tip my cap to. But also, every time I meet a comedian, they go, "Oh, I appreciate how positive you are." And I'm not even going for that. I'm just trying to be like factual, but be in comparison, I look so positive. So like they're kind of making me look good. So.
It's almost like when a woman meets a guy who doesn't try to like fondle her right away.
Yeah.
You're such a gentleman. You're like, I didn't know what I'm doing.
I just opened a door for her.
I'm married.
Yeah.
I didn't even open it for you. I just opened it and you went first on accident. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I just said the special's out. I didn't say if it was good or bad.
You didn't even say it was good. You just said it's
That
out.
is true. You don't. You just let us know.
I just let you know.
Yeah,
I
do-
mean, I definitely have like favorite. Like, I started this by going like, who do I like? That's who I'm obviously going to gravitate towards.
To be
but at this
honest,
point, I feel like it's a service that I need to be trying to be more across the board.
I became a fan of you a long time ago. I think when you first came out, you popped up on my radar, and I've followed you ever since. And like the whole story and journey. But yeah, it's because I've been able to keep up with how the comedy world is going because of you. So it's like it's a very small world and interesting. Like it's cool that we get to talk to you now. I've seen you out in Austin. It's just cool, man, that you kept with it, and it is a good thing that you're doing for the comedy world. You're
appreciate
helping.
that.
Yeah, it's helping a lot.
Thank you. That means a lot to come from people that are actually in it as well. So,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For real, there's no one like you out
There's
there.
a lot of poor representations of it.
Yeah.
But it's a good job.
That's what I mean. There was like you've really helped. I think the positive change. It's like any channel with like positivity for comedy is helpful. Anything that's like good for comedy. You know, Kill Tony, huge success for comedy. They're putting a whole bunch. Joe Rogan, all these big comedians are helping other comedians out. You know, and you especially. So
And we talked about that a little bit before we like really started rolling. What was the decision-making process like in choosing Austin as the new headquarters for yourself? Obviously, other people chose it, but what was that like? Why were you like, gotta be there? You know what I mean?
I heard that they were denying trans people health care. And I was like, I gotta get in on that.
But you were in Florida. They already doing that there.
No, I'm kidding.
That's a false argument here.
He snuck Wheatley bit pitch on us. He was like, here you go. I got one for you. It's pretty good.
No, I felt like we're a new thing, and it was a new thing. I was in Florida, which is warm. I'm from the cold, so I was like, let's keep that going. New York seems like a intimidating place. Like to talk about the history, even just living there seems intimidating. You hear it's expensive, all that. You know, just a kid from Cleveland, just like LeBron. So it's like New York.
LeBron.
So it's like New York just sounds intimidating.
Just like LeBron. Then you went to Florida, just like LeBron.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then it was, so I guess I should have went to LA.
Were you balding?
No. I got this.
You have a great head of hair. Fuck you. God damn it.
Yeah.
This
I'll
motherfucker.
take your hat off.
take
I
the
know.
Michigan,
Another
look
one
at
from
like
Ohio
LeBron.
State.
Just like LeBron. Just like LeBron. Bald as shit, dude.
You're looking like James Harden right now.
I am looking like James Harden.
Dude, my
Who's on
hairline.
our
I don't
team?
play no defense.
My hairline plays at the Ohio State. That's good because
You look like Jimothy Harden.
Why are you looking at me? They all made fun of you first for your hairline.
You know the rules, dude.
What are the
You
rules?
fucking know, dude.
Well, whatever.
But yeah, it seemed like our channel was like a new. We kind of started around the same time, like the Austin movement
did.
and our channel. So I felt like anyone here was as established, maybe not obviously like fame wise, but like here wise, it's like, all right, I'm a new thing. This is a new thing. It's going to be easy to access interviews. It's the cheaper than everywhere else. And LA just seems like so far from like home and everything. It's like 3 hours different. It's so, I don't know. Like I know Texas is pretty far away from.
Yeah.
That messed me up
Cleveland
for
too,
the
but-
first time this last week. The 2 hours, you don't think it's a lot until you're like deadlines come into account. You're like, oh shoot! Like we're waking up at 6 to hit 8s, and it's a nightmare.
Or even if it's midnight and you're like, it's actually 2 a.m.
Right.
where I live, and like 3 a.m. where I am.
Yeah, Central Time's like perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
Central
Central
Time
Time
Great
is
for
best.
watching games.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's perfect for sports.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if I did any sort of international business, it would be great. But
Because it's like 8 years to the UK, 12 years or something. I don't
Hours.
know. Hours, yeah, not years.
it's 8 years.
Damn.
I was like, what the fuck are you
dude.
talking about?
I'm living in slow motion.
I like that.
But yeah, Austin just seemed like this new thing that it was like cool to, be around. And when I was visiting, I came from Moon Tower every year from Florida. I've been to like
wow.
5 Moon Towers in a row. And I would just have the best time here because it's like just visiting here. Living here, it's like, I feel like I've gotten a little jaded, in the last 2 years of like, but just visiting here, it's like Austin's sick. Like that's why like all the bachelor and bachelorette parties come here. You just go down 6th Street and you're just you're just getting drunk all the time.
Yeah.
It's so much
Visiting
fun.
LA made me reappreciate Austin a little bit.
Yeah.
Being there for like the 4 days, coming back, and I was like, we have LA here. I was driving on Brody North, and I saw the Hill Country, and I was like, this is basically
Yeah, dude, that's
Sunset.
why you're saying
But
like,
smaller, which is nice.
Yeah, you were talking about like LA, like all the history, the Comedy Store. It's so cool. It is. Every time you go to the store, it's like you can feel it. It's awesome, and that's what. But I would say about Austin, it's like I love LA because of the history, but now in Austin, we're actually building the history of what everybody moved to LA to get. So now we're doing it here. So we're making it our own, which is what I like because it was like when you go to LA or you go to New York, there's already this established thing, and then you got to reestablish, but you got to reestablish everywhere.
Yeah.
But Austin was more open-minded. It seemed like a very fresh new college where we had all these people who were just, even the professionals, the big high-end people were hanging out with first-year comics and then everywhere in between, right?
Yeah, they say Austin's weird. It's like we're the last bit of weird that kind of snuck in there after COVID. Just a smidge, the comedian influx.
Yeah, and it's like, so it pushed us all together because we were all so fish out of water because none of us had each other. Nobody had anybody because we all left our families or our friends behind.
There was
to
a
come
time
here,
when we
so-
were doing open mics out of Hans Kim's van.
Oh,
at
yeah.
Zilker Park. Were you around by chance?
I wasn't
then?
around, but yeah, I heard
I did
about
do
it.
that. I did it
was-
every week.
That was like initial splash period of Austin.
Yeah, and then you get bumped at the Hans Kim van mic.
Oh, that pissed me off.
Or Hans has to literally pack the mic up because he's the new regular and it's Monday. He's like, sorry, mic's over. I have to go and do the
My
biggest
house.
my house needs to park outside the other place.
But yeah, also like everyone has to come to Austin. I feel like nowadays to like promote their specials. And if I'm trying to get interviews, it was just like smart because in
That
is-
Tampa,
that's-
I was like, I can only interview the headliner of Side Splitters and the theater every weekend, which sometimes are not even like necessarily relevant or in this world. If it's like at the theaters, it can be anyone, or there's not even a comedy show. So here it's just like I could interview Austin comedians. There's so many people have to come through here if they're especially on the promotional trail, which is when a lot of people want to do. Also, our videos are better if they're about something, not just like we don't really just do like shooting the shit interviews. They're all like pretty.
Not
Yeah.
to keep asking you perspective questions, but where do you think Austin
here's
continues to
another one.
level up? Yeah, I'm talking to you like you're an oracle a little bit because he has a good equal eye view
I
on the
like
whole
these
thing.
questions.
All right.
Phil, I love watching you interview him.
Okay, yeah, I'm genuinely interested. He's got a good perspective.
I've only seen him do this on the street, dude.
Yeah, that's mostly where I do this at.
Usually
but
with the guest, he's looking at his phone or something.
So what's the deal with Joke World?
what's the deal?
Yeah.
Wait till you hear my weekly bit pitch. It's fucking Seinfeld 101 airplane food. It's bad, dude. But yeah, where do you see Austin gaining, what would you say?
Steak.
Steak, yeah. Like, I mean, obviously,
I want
industry,
steak.
everyone's always said industry needs to be more. But now we're seeing movies like I saw one announced today called Odie that's starring Dean Stanfield. It's about a homeless person in
what?
Austin. Yeah, there's a new movie that just got announced starring a couple of our comic friends. It's going to be an indie
yeah.
film. And it's like stuff like that,
That's
obviously.
amazing.
But where do you see it kind of developing towards? And like, how does it become more of like the third coast, I guess you could call it?
I think that now industry is almost like I think that Austin already is the center of like comedy industry because of Rogan, Kill Tony, and YMH, like the 3 biggest podcast chains besides
produced.
like Gas Digital. So I would say they're already kind of like the online like podcast industry is more centered in Austin, I would think. I think they have the best podcasts.
Thank you.
Like
Wow.
besides like
Wow, New York and LA. Whoa.
Well,
Best
I think
podcast
I would
scene.
say I would say New York has the better stand-up comedians by far, and Austin has the best podcasts.
Yeah, sit down
hot take.
comedians.
Hot take.
I don't even think it's that hot of a take.
No,
like
it's-
Legion
No,
of
it's
Skanks is
factual,
obviously
dude.
a staple of
He
New
told
York,
us that
but-
he was factual only, so these are facts. Go on.
True. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I guess maybe that's a hot take, but I would say like Cam Patterson was a big success story. Like that's pretty much the first one to be like, I think they need to graduate people out of Austin to a certain extent because I mean, obviously a lot of people just stay in New York and just become icons. They never need to leave. But like back in the day, it was almost like you get really good at stand-up in New York, then you go out to LA, you get some sort of deal like that kind of thing. So like if Austin sends more people out and then they come back or they're just out there kind of like Cam has already done. Shane to an extent, although Shane was kind of made in New York to a certain extent as well. But yeah, it's crazy. Like the biggest comedian, like Shane and Nate are the 2 biggest comedians in the world. Shane lives here. The biggest podcast in the world is here. The biggest live podcast in the world is here. So they're definitely doing something right already.
Yeah.
I just think it literally is going to take time. Just like no matter what, it just needs time.
I think
just
well,
just like
For
smoking
I
a
think-
everyone's accountants to
Yeah.
understand that it's a tax haven.
Yeah, that too.
Well, I think what's going to happen with the Austin thing is like all of it is going to keep growing, and then all the industry's coming here too. They're building the industry, so it's like we will be able to do the full LA if we keep on the track that they keep saying it. I mean, they're building out that 700-acre like studio lot living center.
Well, they did a massive grant. It's like a couple like 100 million or something crazy like that, and then you get 20% more funding if your production is family value oriented.
See,
That's
That's
what
some
Matthew
Texas
McConaughey,
shit right there. All
Woody
right, we
Harrelson.
changing the wet podcast.
can
We're
there be boobs in it?
family-oriented.
Is boobs family
No
oriented?
boobs.
There's
They're
boobs
called
and
bosoms now.
We're playing.
boobs are an important part of making
thank
a
you.
family.
Yeah, thank you.
Boobs are.
True.
They
I need
feed
to
'em.
see those boobies. I need to see those boobies to get aroused right now, baby. That's how they help
Yeah.
families.
Hell yeah.
But do you guys want to be the next LA? Like, I feel like a big
No, I
part of
think
this
we're gonna be
was like
Austin.
it's not. It's just comedy LA. Like,
Dude, I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about LA or New York. I just don't want to have a job that isn't sitting here. You know what I mean? I just want to make it in this.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck where it is.
And also, I feel like this is just the easiest place for me to be. But personally, I'm not like
Yeah.
I'm not just repping Austin. Like it's just supposed to be just all comedy. But this is
Right.
where I can get access.
But I mean,
to
it's
most
also
stuff.
like,
The
you know,
most of it is
dude,
here.
the amount of clubs, like you pointed out with Moon Tower, dude, you got all these clubs downtown. You can walk to all of them. San Antonio's not that far. Dallas, Houston are not that far. Like the advantages of Austin as a comedian are pretty hard to compete with other than just like, well, New York has more and this and that. It's like, yeah, but for the money, bang for your buck, Austin's hard to
I
do.
think the biggest underrated part of what you just said is like, as working comedian status too, like you have access to 3 major metroplexes that all have really good brand name comedy clubs.
Sure,
and then also 3 international airports. If you can't find there's no excuse to not
if you
go
can't fly to
gig.
Austin, you can fly out of one of the other airports.
And you have a
pretty
comic
easily.
friend you can park a car at or whatever it looks like. But it's a huge
That's
huge
like New
factor.
York has Philly and Boston near
Sure.
it. It's like Dallas, San Antonio, and Houston. Especially Houston. I love the Houston scene.
Yeah.
Is the same thing. 2 hours away. A lot of the best comics you see on Kill Tony will say they're from Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's and a lot of the best New York comics, everyone goes, this is a New York comic. They're from Boston or from Philly.
Well, what's funny, you brought up history. Well, you brought up history of Austin. It's like there was Austin comedy before Austin
Right,
comedy.
yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
had a Comedy Central
Dude,
pipeline.
and yeah, Bill Hicks, Doug Stanhope shot a special down here. He wasn't Austin based, but he shot a special at the Valve, you know, 25, 30 years
did
ago.
Cap City, I think, a long time ago, right? Something like
Probably.
that.
My point is,
Wasn't
like,
Ron White posted up here for a
Ron
long
White.
time?
There were guys who were coming out of here. What's the other guy? The guy who yelled a lot.
I think
Boltzmann?
Ron was a big
No.
determining
No.
factor in it coming to Austin. 'Cause
He talked Rogan into it.
Right.
Yeah.
And Rogan
White.
talked him into doing it again, which is,
and opening his own club. Ron White's great.
Yeah,
That was my one of my biggest interview malfunctions for the Nighthawks movie premiere thing. I was supposed to interview Ron White, but I didn't know if it was actually happening or not. They're like, you might get to interview him, you might not, whatever. So I had like my equipment with me, and we went to the premiere, and I was nervous. I was like, I don't know if this is happening or not. Free drinks, all this stuff. So I had 4 or 5 vodka OJs during the movie. And then like afterwards, they're like, all right, it's time to interview Ron. I was like, oh, great. All right. So I set up like my Zoom recorder and I had 2 mics and I'm used to just like hitting mute on all of them except for mine. So it's 3 across. So then I just do my own thing. So I just did that again. And so my mic was the only one. His mic was muted. So only my questions. Yeah. So I have my questions and then no responses, which if it was opposite, I could have made something out of it. I still have
the opposite.
Do you have that footage?
I wasn't drunk at the interview. I was drunk in a theater, Ron.
Hey,
But that's also the best Ron White interview ever. It's just, you're so drunk that
and my question,
that's a big one. I hate that feeling. One time we shot a video where Dylan Slaughter, internet personality, came into Austin. I was still doing What the Fuck Is Going On. Yeah. And he brought 2 gallons of milk. And we made chocolate milk on the street and chugged it and saw how many people could share it. And then we gave out 200 mini plungers. Right. Crazy video. Obviously going to be a great video. Mic wasn't plugged in.
That sucks.
So it's just 6th Street. And us drinking milk and like handing out plungers.
Yeah, you can edit that. You can edit that.
I need all of the. Can I have some of this footage so I can put this into a clip?
In the world, dude.
That's terrible.
And you only have yourself to kick in the butt. You're like, I fucking didn't turn it on.
That sounds like
dude, at the Sunshine Festival when the thing that I'm like kind of taking over in St. Pete, the first one, we interviewed Cam Patterson in person, and then we interviewed Mark Norman in person. 2 different comedy clubs on stage at the clubs, fully lit stage, like awesome in-person interview footage.
Yeah.
The next day I'm uploading it and I call the guy calls me who was filming and I'm like, dude, this footage looks awesome. Once you get over here with the audio, like I cannot wait to like start making these shorts. It was like, what do you mean get over there with the audio? And I was like, there's no, you had the mic, like, you have the audio. I assume there's no audio on these. And he was just silent. Mark Norman and Cam Patterson in person, no audio, and the thing was plugged into the camera, so it wasn't even like we didn't even have the in the room audio. It was like just dead, zero audio, nothing.
Yeah,
just B-roll of me and
Can't even let Premiere even have a chance at it.
Use that to promote your festival, though.
So
Just
go
like
use
B-roll.
Wet Pod for 5% off.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, but we were able to get we made a video called Our Biggest Mistake Ever, and we were able to scrounge out 80,000 views out of being like, we fucked this up so bad. And I also was like, dude, I'm sorry to Mark and Cam. Like, yeah.
Hey, you guys want to come talk to us and not do anything with this?
Luckily, Cam didn't go on to accomplish much after that. So.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah. You can, But if you do miss him, you can see him on SNL. He's kind of busy with SNL sometimes.
Yeah, he's kind of like the biggest example, I think, of someone who came to Austin unknown and left with everything.
He's about to be a movie star. That trailer looks like another fun, like, no offense, fun, stupid, like,
Kevin Hart movie?
Yeah.
I remember hearing
It's like Kevin Hart and Cam.
Ride Along 3?
No, it's a bunch. It's like the SNL cast, like Marcelo, the ginger guy, and Cam, and then are like
the new young hires.
Yeah, they're boys on like a bachelor party. Then Kevin Hart's like the old guy that gets like involved with their group, and then chaos and comedy ensue.
Whoa, that sounds like a great movie.
Man,
great classic comedy.
Use promo code WetPod to get probably full price at the movie theater.
Let's try it on everything. Amazon,
honestly, I do that sometimes.
Well, Markus left. He had to go to San Antonio. So if you're in San Antonio, go see him right now live. But this comes out Monday, so the show already happened. I hope it was great.
Yeah, there was $45 and 10 minutes available, so Markus had to drive across the state again.
Yeah. So give
Under the hat, the texture of the head is the same.
Yeah.
Good. There you go, Joke World.
That's for him being a Michigan fan.
Yeah, Michigan.
Really nice guy, but
Thanks for sticking around for the paywall.
Yeah.
Now you can tell us how you really feel about comedy.
Yeah. So anyway, Joke World, Jake, thank you for doing the podcast. We hope you all enjoyed it. Anything you want to shout out? Obviously the festival.
Yeah, just come to the festival. JokeWorldFest.com will get you to the ticketing links. Use promo code WETPOD. Really hope to see some of you guys there. It should be a good time.
What's the dates?
The date is August. Good point. The date is August 14th and 15th in St. Pete, Florida. It's a very fun city. A lot of fun comedians. It's like a comedy vacation. 14th and 15th this summer. JokeWorldFest.com. Please come.
Hell yeah, go to that. I've never been there.
Woody Harrelson's there.
So he's there. The comic there passes out into Woody Harrelson's lap, and he's like passed out unconscious on top of this A-lister in there. Yeah. And Tony is there. Woody was like with Tony because Woody lives in Austin.
Yeah.
And so they're like trying to help this guy wake him up. And this guy he woke up to Tony Hinchcliffe and Woody Harrelson standing over top of him being like, are you okay? Like that would just be such an intense thing. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Just kind of like wandered out.
Are you gonna wake up for the greatest night of your fucking life? Or
You
what?
just ruined the greatest night of your fucking life.
Yeah.
So that was the first night. We're like, what the fuck?